Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Bros. I am Ryan Alexander. Along with me is Neil. Neil, the Pirates win today 4-0 on Skenes Day. Sweep the Rockies 4 straight. A noon Roku only game. What's up?
Such a dumb thing. I'm good. Got a question for you though. If I told you opening day that on August 24th we finish up a sweep at home. We moved to 8 games over 500 at home on the year. We just completed our league-leading 16th shutout of a team this year. What do you think our record would be? Just get general guess. What do you think our record would be?
I would say at least 500, but probably better than that. You would hope.
And we're nowhere close. It's like
no.
This team sets crazy records and just like this. It does like some good things, but like can never put it all together. But good win today, and always fun to see a sweep.
Yeah, it was a good win. I was at the game last night where they swept the Rockies. Or no, they gave up the 1 run. The Rockies literally scored 1 run this series. And look, the Rockies they're horrible. Like the Pirates are bad. Pirates are not a good team, obviously, like record indicator. But the Rockies are so much like far below that. And we saw the series at Coors just a couple weeks ago where the Pirates should have taken that series. They blew that ridiculous 17-16 game, lost 2 or 3, but they come in here and I mean, just the Rockies they're just bad. And the Pirates pitching, Ashcraft, Chandler, Skenes, like it just, all these young arms the Pirates were throwing at them all weekend, and the Rockies had no answer. And they got the shutout. Like you said, 16 straight shutouts. I mean, that's absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah. And I was wrong. Sorry, it's 9 games over 500 at home.
That's
39 and 30 at home.
The home and road gap is insane. We
are a playoff team at home, like genuinely a playoff team at home. And then as soon as we go on the road, we forget how to play baseball. I know, like, generally speaking, you play worse away from home than you do at home. That's just normal. I have never seen a split this bad. I mean, 39 and 30 at home, 18 and 44 away. I mean, it helps that we play the Rockies. And like I said on Friday, the Rockies are there to remind us it could always be worse. But still, this was a fun series. This team still boggles my mind. Some good, some bad. And I think what I would say overall is that, what you touched on, the best part was watching all the young pitching. Skenes, Ashcraft, Chandler, and Burrows all pitching well in the same weekend is really, really cool stuff.
Yep. And like I said, Chandler was out of the bullpen, on Friday, but he's up. Ashcraft's been pitching great. And Skenes today. Let's talk about Skenes. I mean, this, he comes in here. I had my Ryan's lock, from on FanDuel, was Skenes over 7.5 strikeouts tonight or today, and he got 7. He struck out the side in that 7th inning. I think he was right at like 100 pitches, and I was like, yeah, he's not coming back out for an 8th. So I lost it there. But hey, if you tell me Skenes is going 7 innings, I'm going to take over 7.5 strikeouts every time. Like fire it in. So I lose that one. I can't win 3 in a row, unlike the Pirates. They can at least win 3 in a row at home. But I mean, what else can we say about Paul Skenes, Neil? He was dominant again today.
He was so good. I mean, you have to feel for Zach Wheeler. Getting that type of injury that he got just has to be rough. But now it's kind of like, who's really going to challenge Paul Skenes for the Cy Young? He's at a 2.07 ERA.
Nobody.
Another 7 strikeouts. I think 7. I'm not a betting man, so 7.5 over is a little bold for me. But it is Paul Skenes versus the Rockies.
Right.
It's Paul Skenes versus the Rockies, so you feel pretty good about that. I mean, and like I think you mentioned before the show, he almost didn't hit that. Like, and again, we're close. Like, he only struck like 3 guys out through the first 5 innings or so.
Yep.
And then he just changed into another monster. But yeah, I mean, completely dominant. 3 hits. I think he gave up one extra base hit. Did he give up a base hit?
I think the Rockies only had that. They had the double in the ninth, but
the double in the ninth. My bad. Yeah, so 3 singles, 7 strikeouts, no walks, no runs. I mean, just another day at the office for him. He's so good. Like
he is. And you mentioned his Cy Young odds now with Wheeler out and everything. Current on FanDuel, by the way, he's minus 1,000. So you would basically have to put to win 100, you'd have to put $1,000 up. So like Skenes is the massive betting favorite at this point for the NL Cy Young. And it's justified. And I think even if Wheeler was still there, it was Skenes. Lowered his ERA to 2.07 today. In his career, I think it's minimum 50 starts. He's at 2.02, which is literally 0.01 behind Vida Blue is the only pitcher at that low ERA in that first 50 starts of his career, which is just absurd. But like, watching this today, like obviously I'm tracking the strikeouts and I needed some strikeouts early. He, like I said, he only gave up 3 hits, didn't walk anybody. He never was in trouble. Now that there was that third inning where he gave up a single and then the Rockies had, who was it that was up? He grounded out and they called him safe at first. So there was going to be 2 on. It was, Braxton Fulford. So I
don't know as a real MLB player.
Like, I couldn't remember him. Go easy on me because it's Braxton Fulford. By the way, get your hashtag Raisins in because we are giving away sandwiches at the end of this one. So for that Buccos win, but it looked like it was going to be runners on first and second, no outs, and then the Pirates challenged. They say that Fulford was actually out, which was the correct call at first. Beat him by a hair, and then the Rockies Skenes picks off Caros on second, and all of a sudden it's like, well, there goes that inning where the Rockies might have had something going, and that was the only trouble he saw all game, and they got both runners technically off in the one on the challenge and then the second one on the pickoff. So, and look, the Rockies. If people said this about Ashcraft and Chandler the other night, like, well, it's the Rockies lineup. The Rockies lineup, like, they got a couple guys, like Jordan Beck's good, Hunter Goodman, Tovar's really good shortstop. Like, they have some guys that can hit. Yes, the rest of the lineup isn't good. The Rockies pitching is just god awful. But their lineup isn't like, there's a couple dudes in it. But yeah, there was just nothing coming from them. Like Skenes had it. He was in control all game. And like we've talked about this a little bit because when Skenes struggles, gives up a run or two, people get on him. Well, he's not the dominant guy. He's not striking out 10 or 11 or 12 every game. He's not going deep into the game, even though he did today. He did go 7 innings. I don't like Skenes has so many pitches. They're all good pitches. He can throw them all for strikes. He can throw them at any time. Like, I don't even think Skenes has figured out the best pitch mix to throw it at some of these guys. And I think, he towards the end of the game, I think he even gets better. And, like they said today on the broadcast, like he empties the tank and he comes out in the 7th and strikes out the side. So like, it just looks so we say this all the time, but it just looks so effortless. He gets better as the game goes on. He can kind of do whatever he wants. Like if he wants to, he wanted to be more efficient this year, and he's kind of been playing around with it and struggling a little bit. Like, okay, he's gone 6, and I mean he's second in the MLB in innings pitched, so I think he has. But he's just
he just passed Ray and Sanchez today, going over a 160. The only guy over 160 in NL is Logan Webb. So yeah, I think you kind of have like video game expectations of Paul Skenes.
People do.
Where he's not allowed to give up runs because he's just that good. But I mean, like, this is just unprecedented dominance. And we say it every time, like, when you're getting compared to Vida Blue, you're doing something right. And I know, like, it's a new era where pitchers don't always go 7 innings, but I mean, Skenes is special. And you're right, like, the amount of pitches he has is gross. Like, it's not just the fastball, it's not just the splinker. He casually has a slider, a sweeper he can throw in there. He has a curveball. And on top of it, he has a really, really good pickoff move. Like, it's kind of where, like, you go into, like, create a character in the show and you just give him 99s and everything,
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not fair.
It really isn't. And it's just, yeah, like hit like a couple of those. They were, the Roku broadcast today was showing like his pitch sequence and a couple at bats. And like the first 5 pitches, he threw 5 different pitches in the at bat. And it's just like, like the pitch, there's just so many pitches that he can throw at them. And he could, he could succeed just throwing like the fastball changeup. Yeah. Pretty much, I think if like we were like, hey, let's have Paul Skenes go to the bullpen, he could just do a fastball changeup and probably dominate. So like I said, I think he works through, especially in these games, and like kind of adjust to how teams are playing him. And if he has to be efficient and get some ground balls or fly balls, whatever, and then he comes right out in the 6th and 7th inning and starts striking people out. So he just, it's amazing to watch. It's why we talk about, you have to take advantage when you have a Paul Skenes on your roster, because he 100% is a guy that would win you 3 games in a playoff series. And it's just, you have to put a team around him. So, but yeah,
Skenes has everything. Skenes has the best stuff in the league. He's one of the smartest pitchers in the league. He's one of the most resilient pitchers in the league. Like when things aren't going well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't faze him. And so it's just the perfect combination of exactly what you want in the pitcher, what you want in an ace. And it's why he's the best, Skubal is the only one who can really challenge him for best pitcher in baseball. Like that's the only real competition in my mind. So no, it's perfect. And yeah, you're right. We have to build around him. This offseason is imperative, especially since we're headed toward lockout in 2027 or missing a year of Skenes. We got to do something with him next year.
I like how it's just the given. We're in a lockout. It's happening, but it probably is, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it, but I mean, no, I don't see a way we avoid at least a little bit of a lost season.
Right. But yeah, like I said, so and this is the year, like you mentioned, that he's the innings pitch, like he's up on the top of the leaderboard in MLB. You just don't see guys really going 200 plus innings in baseball these days that much. And Skenes is a throwback. It's only his 2nd year. It's really his like first full MLB season. And yeah, the gloves kind of were off, but then they were kind of screwing around with his pitch counts around the All-Star break. But like he's still there. He 101 pitches today in the 7th, and he's the guy, like if this was 1985 and we were just throwing guys out there for 130 30 pitches, like Skenes could have went out. 100%, I believe Skenes could have went out for that 8th and 9th inning and just mowed people down, because that's just who he is. Like everything looks effortless. He never really seems like he tires, and yeah, it's fun to watch. And I don't really know what else to say about Paul Skenes. Could have taken that extra strikeout, Paul. That would have been nice, but it's okay. It's all right. You went 7.
Unfortunately, Paul also fades Ryan, so he didn't want to. That's right. He didn't want to lose money there.
It's tough. It's tough in a series like this too. Picking that bet every day. The Pirate, like if you wanted to bet the Pirates, the Pirates are like minus 350, which was like an absurd favorite. So like I'm not going to give out a 3 to 1 in the favorite side of things. And then like Skenes to go 17.5 outs, which is 6 innings. That was like juiced real high. So it's tough to find a bet too, where you can, you're not putting down like minus 200 on Skenes or the Pirates to do something, because I mean, this was just a mismatch from the beginning. The Rockies, and then we'll talk about the Rockies had, what was his name? McCade Brown on the mound today, making his major league debut. Like, welcome to MLB here. You got to face Paul Skenes, and so we can get into the hitting, but it was an uphill climb for them.
100%. I was going to say, like, you should have put down Jared Triolo over under 1 home run, over 0.5 home run. I don't know how you didn't get that.
Right?
Like, I don't know how that wasn't like jumping off the page at you, but Jared Triolo, man.
Yeah, Jared Bonds, the second half Bonds. What, like, I know, like, he's doing the thing again. I know they've talked about this. Like, it's all of a sudden August, September, and Jared Triolo is hitting. He homered last night. He goes 2 for 2 today, a 3-run home run today, gives the Pirates the lead and was pretty much the difference. You didn't need anything else after that. He's walking. He's doing everything. And people are saying he's my, DiNardo, he's my shortstop next year, 2026, Jared Triolo. I'm not buying in. I'm not buying it. The dude hits 191 in the first half. What? Talk to me about Jared Triolo.
This already happened in 2023, which is why I'm like kind of not buying in yet. Like where Triolo just kind of went crazy down the stretch, was hitting over 300. When I see his batted ball data and the consistent results, it's really, really hard to buy in.
Right.
I am very against the idea of rolling into next year as our starting shortstop. Jared Triolo has a place on this team. He is a good bench baseball player. He cannot be starting every day. It's something that can't happen. I'm glad he's hitting well. If you have a utility guy who can also hit, that's great.
Yep.
That's an amazing piece any team would have and would want to have. You can't start him next year. You take away with this, you build off of it, and you give him 2 to 3 starts next year, and every week next year. But that's it, because we can't. We've seen this on a dance before, and
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because I know Donardo's on this bandwagon. It's just like you said, we've seen this show before. We've kind of seen it 2 years, because last year he didn't hit in the second half as great as he hit in 2023, but he still hit better than he did in the first half. And now he's doing it again, and he's changed his hands and the stance. And I feel we've seen this before. Like, he is what he is. I mean, I say you can't go in next year starting him at short, but the Pirates are cheap, so they probably will. But it's just, I'm not buying in, man. I'm not buying in yet. And we've seen this show over years, just being Pirate fans in general. Like, just somebody that goes on a tear in the last 2 months of the year, AKA Tyke Redmond back in the day. Like, oh, he's the guy next year. He's going to be our starter. And then they're terrible, and when it actually matters in a full season. So I just, like you said, Jared Triolo is a major leaguer. The glove, we know, he won the Gold Glove last year. We know about his defense. You can kind of put him all over the place. And he might give you some pop and some, from time to time, but you can't go in and have him starting next year in a major role.
The good news about this, and because I do like that, like, a lot of this is based off his swing change, his batting stance change. Like, he does look like he's batting differently and finding success there. If there's even like half of that is like even real, though, the good news about this is that it doesn't tempt you to go waste payroll money on bringing IKF back. And I think that's a pretty big, when you have limited money like the Pirates do, there's nothing Jared Triolo can't do that IKF already does. So there's no reason to roster both. I think that was a complaint a lot of us had when we traded for IKF in the first place, and I feel like we're pretty vindicated about that. So again, want to keep him around, can't be starting. He's not a starter, and that's okay. Sometimes you just need to be a utility guy, and but maybe it's real. Maybe we're just too cynical.
No, again, it's I just don't want to see it. But here's the thing too, he hits home runs the past 2 days. He's been hitting better. He had an unbelievable series. Pirates win 4-0. They won yesterday 5-1. Like, this is what we've been talking about with this offense. You don't really need that much. But if you just had like a guy or two that could hit the ball like consistently, like Triolo did this weekend, and just have him in the middle of the lineup that you can rely on, a couple guys that can hit the ball over the ballpark and is not really going to slump. You don't need that much. And that's what we've been saying with this pitching on this team. This pitching has been so good and it's been elite. You don't really need that much. Now, again, you're not expecting it to come from Jared Triolo. We don't want to rely on that next year. Go get somebody that's actually a proven major league hitter. But that's what I said. We don't need that much. The Pirates don't need an offense that's scoring 7-8 runs a game. You just need something that can score 3 or 4 and maybe 5, 6, 8 every once in a while. It's just, we're not asking for much.
We're not even scoring 4 runs a game this year. It needs to get to 4 to 5.
Yes.
Jared Triolo does not get you there. IKF does not get you there. So when you're going into next year and think about what you need to do for the offseason, it's all about getting those impact bats. And maybe that does mean you bring Tommy Pham back if you think the contact solution is fixed. He's got the contacts figured out. Maybe you believe in trading for an Adley Rutschman, who just was reported is on the trade block. I'm not sure he's a great hitter anymore, but maybe that's something. But the point being is that you are right. You don't need an elite offense. You just need a not worst offense in baseball. You probably need like a top 20 offense, right?
Right.
And that's with this group, that's a steep hill to climb. But like, get some guys who can hit over the fence because, I think we've hit the ball over the fence a lot this past week and we've won a lot of games. Get some power bats in. Hope, maybe I doubt Griffin is really up for a lot of next year, but, maybe get a placeholder who can play there until Griffin's up. But just get some bats. Support these young pitchers who have been balling down the stretch.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big difference. And like I said, every once in like when we're going to talk. I want to talk about that. What was it? The fourth inning. When you have a guy like even when Sawinski used to go on those streaks, like if you just you don't need too much. But when you have somebody a couple guys like that either go on streaks or just good hitters to begin with, you don't need the 27 Yankees lineup. You just need something. But anyway, that fourth inning, I'll kind of just break it down batter by batter here. Reynolds walks. Reynolds had a double last night. I don't know if you want to talk about him at all. He's just kind of been scuffling, but he I don't know. He seems like he's better than not.
Yeah, it's better. He's not great,
right? He's just there, but he walks. Horowitz flies out. McCutchen singles. McCutchen, homer last night. He's having a good series. Sawinski comes up, strikes out. Like, what is Jack Sawinski still doing here? I don't know. Triolo hits the 3-run home run. Henry Davis walks, and then IKF doubles him in after that, and it's 4-0. So, McCade Brown, I saw that he was making his major league debut, and you're thinking, it's the Pirates lineup. This is a kid that's got like an 11 strikeouts per 9 in the minors. Like, he's probably going to come in here and mow the Pirates down. It kind of looked that way through the first 3 innings, but credit to the Pirates. They actually kind of the second time through the lineup, he struggled there and the Pirates got to him. And, when you got Jared Triolo Bonds in the lineup, it's tough to major league debut. You're going to have some struggles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, only 4 strikeouts today looking for positives. Not a whole lot of offense though. Even though we had 10 base runners, I felt like it was a pretty quiet day at the plate. IKF had the double. But we did go 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That's a surprising stat for me. But yeah, I mean, it's not a good offense. I mean, Ronnie Simon's batting leadoff, right? Like, he's really not a good player,
right?
It's gonna be fun who gets sent down because like Canario, Simon, and Sawinski all play today, and who gets sent down when Cruz comes back? Cruz is almost back. None of them really deserve to be here. So I think it'll be an interesting roster crunch. I bet Sawinski survives it if I had to guess. But no, like there's just not enough talent here. It's got not a whole lot happened on offense today. No,
it didn't. And that like they got Brown out of the game pretty early, like that was it the 4th inning. And you're like here comes the Rockies bullpen, which you thought their starting rotation's bad. Their bullpen's really bad. And
so bad.
The Rockies bullpen shut them down the rest of the way. So again, the Pirates didn't need any other runs, but
it's whatever. I mean, like we put up a lot of runs the other 2 days. Like, it's really hard to be too mad about it. But yeah,
But like you see the Rockies bullpen trotting in the 4th inning, you're thinking, oh, this game's getting out of control soon.
Yeah,
and it really didn't. It didn't. It stayed at 4-0, and that was the game. 4 runs in the 4th inning, and that was it. And obviously Skenes didn't need it today, but. So Skenes exit after 7 shutout. We bring in pretty much the bullpen, especially the back end of the bullpen's been pretty fresh. Matson comes in for the 8th, pitches a scoreless 8th, and then Santana in the 9th. Kind of Santana not as usual, like 12 pitch 1-2-3 inning. He kind of ran into some trouble, but I don't know if that was just it's the non-save situation or he hadn't pitched in a little while. But he got the 3 outs and the Buccos win. But yeah, the ERAs that pitched today, 2.07, 2.12, 2.28. That's pretty good. It's pretty good for the Buccos.
No, and I'm glad they're at least somewhat covering for like trading Ferguson away. the fact that they haven't had Mesa the entire year. Like, again, they have done a pretty good job finding these guys out of nowhere.
And
like,
Lawrence was one that started off pretty good this year too.
I really miss Lawrence. Lawrence was really, really fun to watch. Like, rolling into next year, Lawrence, Matson, Santana, you're hoping Moretta's back and pitching better. It's not like
re-sign Chapman for another year.
Trade back for Bednar. maybe the Yankees want Rafael Flores. But yeah, I mean, no, if you are going to trade away Bednar, you got to replace him. And so there's at least a group of interesting arms going into next year, supplemented with the fact that not all of these guys like Oviedo, Ashcraft, Burrows, all these guys, not all of them can make the rotation next year. There's not enough space. You can't roll in the next year of like 3 rookies, Paul Skenes and Jared Jones. So I'll be interested to see what the bullpen looks like next year because there are some fun pieces that you can build around.
Yeah, they got tons of the pitching depth. They do have tons of options. So it's not everybody is going to start in the rotation. So you kind of have options of where guys like Majinski or Ashcraft or where you're going to put them and who's pitching and who's in the rotation, who's in the bullpen. So they have options there, and it's good options. But yeah, we'll see how that all transpires. But I think we're about ready to get some sandwiches away. I give you one last call here for #RaiseIts. Get them in. Let's see how many we have so far in the chat here. I can't see my screen because my camera's blocking it. We got 74. All right, it's a little light for a Sunday here. Now it was an early start. It was that 12:05 game, which was that because of Roku? Like what was going on? With
Usually, I think Roku always has the earliest game, and it starts a little bit earlier on Sundays.
Okay. What'd you think of the Roku broadcast?
It was fine.
It was a Western PA Pittsburgh like showcase. Mm-hmm. You had Neil Walker. They were talking about him and Roberto Clemente telling his dad to stay off the plane. We've heard that story many times. They talked about Matson from Erie. They were talking, they talked to Don Kelly, obviously Pittsburgh. They talked to the Rockies manager who's from Pittsburgh. Like it was like everybody's from Western PA, and it was just like, wow, okay, this is a quick 3-hour Pittsburgh show.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine. It's just kind of annoying. And also, to be completely honest, like I completely missed the start of the game because I completely forgot it started so early. So like I got home. I got home and like started making lunch, and then like I got a notification the game started. I'm like, what the heck? Like I thought I had way more time, but
what happened? Yeah, Donardo texted us like in the 4th inning, and he's like, the game's on? And I was like, dude, like Skenes has got 4 shutout innings. He's like, what are you doing? So yeah, whoops. But no, it was good. It was a good 2.5 hour game, so we'll take it. But
yeah.
All right, we still got 74. People are sleeping over here. All right, let me see if I can share my screen here. And all right. I haven't done this in forever, Neil. All right, there we go. You see that? You good?
I do see it. You are.
We're up to 75, so there you go. So 76, they're coming in. #RaiseIts. Yeah, so we'll go here. We're gonna give away 4 sandwiches total. First 2 are going. Let's see who wins. Good luck to everybody. Oh, there you go. Edsel Hannah.
Congratulations, Edsel.
Congrats on the 2 sandwiches. So, yeah, again, get at us on social media. You can email us, northshore9@gmail.com, or message us, Twitter, Facebook. Get us your email. We'll get the sandwiches loaded on the app for you.
Yeah.
Here's number 2. Pit for Life, 21.
Nice.
Congrats.
Congratulations, man.
So, yeah. So, we're back on. So, yeah. Get at us, like I said, on social media. Like and subscribe to the video. We appreciate everything. All the follows, super chats. Just following along in this 20. What are we? What's our record now? We're not 20 under anymore.
We are 57 and 74.
Oh yeah, there we go.
57.
17 under?
57 and 74. Yeah, 17 games under 500.
What is this? We still owe Edsel a sandwich from April?
All right, take it up with Donardo.
I will pass that note on to Donardo. You bet that I will, and we'll get that taken care of. So, but no, this was good. Look, it was a nice series. The Pirates on a 4-game winning streak. It was the Rockies. We understand. You're going into St. Louis tomorrow, Neil. So there's two bad notes. You're going to the road, which this team is horrendous at, and then you're going into St. Louis, which the Cardinals have always beaten the Pirates for my whole lifetime. So here's
the deal. I will make a Donnie Ball tweet, unironic, if we go out and ruin the Cardinals' playoff chances. That's all I ask. Don Kelly, if you're listening, that's all I ask.
All right, so you heard it here. Is that so? What do they have to win 2 or 3? Would that be
I would say 2 or 3. Two or 3 is good enough for me. Yeah.
All right, so if the Pirates win 2 or 3, you heard it here. Neil will officially be a Don Kelly truther. I like it. All right, that's all we got. Anything else, Neil, for you?
No, I'm good, but good win. And I think I won all. I think I was on for 3 wins this week. I don't think that's happened all year.
You're on fire now. So we'll see. We don't have our schedule yet for this week, but we might have to put you on some of those Cardinal games.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys, we appreciate everything. Take care and see you.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.